The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get started today. If you've not been here before, please write down my name. So get a tablet and pen. Let's write it on your hand. Ultimate goal is Ray. Last name is Reynolds. And I want you to write down today's date. See, today's the last day of the month. It's the 31st, and it also means one thing. It's the last day of the first quarter. See, time is really important when you're trying to reach a goal. So we're going to show you exactly what needs to be done. All right, they nicknamed me the Godfather of Credit when I was on KNX years ago, radio, having fun. It's always live. By the way, no pictures, no recording. I want it here. Write it down so your brain records. Next thing is from there, I'm online 6 days a week. That's Monday through Saturday, and you can get a hold of me and type some questions. You see, when I was a little boy being used and abused, I thought it sucked. So I wanted out of what I call hell. And I read everything I could, ultimate goal. So the goodies that I obtained. I'll show you how to get your goodies too, but there's a blueprint you have to understand. So from rags to riches, I'll show you exactly what I did and what you can do too. Ultimate goal, start looking behind that curtain and understand exactly what needs to be done, because the reality is it's going to be up to you. You see, you're responsible for you. All right, and you have to understand how to see it, believe it, go get it. But again, it's ultimate up to you. So when I was a little boy being used and abused, all the grown-ups said one thing: money for a rainy day. Well, that basically didn't confuse me, but I asked them to explain it to me. They couldn't understand that I wanted an answer. They didn't give it to me. I'd like you to take your personal credit cards out of your personal wallet right now. Go get them. Come on. I want you to write down some notes. I want you to do exactly what I did when I designed the system for Ken Yarborough, Security Chief at TRW and Aspirin years ago. So understand, if you put the stickies behind every credit card you have, you write down the limit, you maintain 25% always, you never go past 29%. See, you have to realize you're going like this, and you're going to crash. Most people, unfortunately, they jack it up, get stuck, can't right up diddly squat, and they basically bring the pain home. Some of you, sorry to say, it's probably true. So we write down Ray's rules, 100,000 of credits, a couple cards. Use 29% rule. That means you have 71,000 of safety credit. You've just now developed a line of defense, the ultimate goal, which we all need. So from there, they said, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Well, the reality is I asked them to explain that to me, and I couldn't get a straight answer. So I developed something that made sense to me in 1985-86. It's called division process. So let's understand today. Maybe you have a corporation. I'll say, oh, goody for you, but here's the problem. If you spend more than the filing fee to get the corporation, you didn't learn diddly squat, didn't you kind of waste money? So let's understand, a corporation is on the Secretary of State's website, and everybody gets to see the corp, and they see your name. So when they sue that, they sue you. Divisions are more private. So I developed division process. You see, here's the thing. When you screw up and you bring the pain home, you wanted a second chance, but you backed yourself in a corner. You watch Bank of America, Chase, U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo, they branch locations, they bankrupt locations because they have a tax ID, separate one, and they have a branch number. You've watched grocery stores in cities do it too. So you have more rights than you think you do. Now put all your ducks in a row. That sounds great. What does that mean to me? Let's go get $1 million. And let's not bring the pain home. Let's get a second chance. So you got to learn how to dance. So understand something today. I'd like to rebuild your life like Humpty Dumpty. Is that okay with you? One piece at a time. I'd like you to get to the $1 million dream. You see, here's a $1 million card. Would you like another one? Would you like 9 sisters? You see, the thing is, for me, where am I going to get the money to do a business when I didn't get to have a mommy and a daddy? No one helped me. I had to create the credit, and that's what I got to do. And all corporate credit, you get to write off the interest rate in the credit card. See, the lack of knowledge makes us do stupid things. And we're not stupid, but we end up doing that, falling like sheep and ducks. So let's see if I can help you today. While you're chasing your goal, which one are you? Figure that out. From there, as we do this, let's understand something today. People got credit cards in the 70s and 80s. They did not use their SSN. Unfortunately, a group of people started to do that, and dummies follow along too. Remember, you get one Social Security card. That's it. It's we the people, we pay tax, and probate when we die. So we get one SSN. You get one chance to try, and 9 out of 10 people screw that up every day. Now, I'd like you to listen to this very carefully. I want you to understand an SS4. Okay, that's a tax ID. So let's understand what happens to those grocery stores and all right, and from there in the banks, and what the cities get to do. They basically have a tax ID per entity. So if we understand the rules and tools, we can actually win the game. That's why I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. So understand, there's a corporation and here's a branch like a bank or a grocery store. They get to bank up the location and they get a tax credit when they screw up. And unfortunately, what consumers do, they go home and go boo hoo hoo, and they bring the pain home like you. Unfortunately, we're going to stop that today, okay? We have to understand how to play. So let's look at the SS4. You ready? I want you to learn to dissect things and understand what they actually can do. From there, we look at line 1 right in front of you. It says legal name of entity. An entity is a corporation, division, subsidiary. It also says or other individual person. You see the word or, individual person. So again, this could be you. So you could actually put your name on line 1, what you should have done in the first place. You chose, sorry to say, to bring the pain home because you follow like sheep and ducks, and I don't want that to happen anymore. SSN equal 1040, tax return. The next thing we have to think about is the SS4 equals 1120. And when I tell people, did you file your 1120, and they get a tax ID, they go, what's that? It makes no sense. Again, tax return, it's a tax ID. Here's the thing. You've never had to bring the pain home, and this gives you truly the second chance, all right, to get basically where you want to go. So let's understand the United States of America Incorporated. They picked 50 corporations. They call them states. States got corporations called cities. They invented Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act. It allowed them to bank up the debt and stay in business and write it all off. You see, they're playing the game in front of you, and you got to pay attention. I want you to plan the problem. We, the people, but between the 14th Amendment of the Constitution and the Supreme Court, they say a corporation's a legal person. So what we have to do is stop bringing the pain home and learn how to play. Now, here's a corporation, and let's think about SSN, SS4. Here's the thing. A corporation doing business, if it gets sued, they sue the corp and they sue you. If your corporation is a management company, manage your entities, you build a corporate umbrella. Under that corporate umbrella, a division can disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and separate the pieces as long as you have no intent to do fraud. The reality is don't have the intent to do fraud. And then you go after the other good pieces. That's how banks and grocery stores get good pieces and bad pieces too. So I created a division process for one reason. I didn't want to bring the pain home, and I wanted a second chance because I needed one too. So the reality is I want you to think about 9 divisions of you. 9 is a good number. Think about it today. Now, I'm an affiliate to 119 creditors. I'll say 10 are great, and the rest are like, I don't like them. But I have to be an affiliate to all of them. So let's understand. On the bottom of this, on my dashboard, it allows me to pick SSN SS4. So I get to pick and understand, what does this mean? I get to build a cash credit report for the Experian, the Equifax, the TransUnion, and I can do it on behalf of a person. So that means you personally, I can take a tax ID and build credit files for you legitimately. And you get to write off all that interest rate and credit card line of credit. Corporation, division, subsidiary. So you got chances to try, but you don't know that, and you backed yourself in a corner and thought you were stuck. But that basically kind of sucks. So credit file under tax ID. Now, as we play today, I want you to write down division of me, please. Please write down division of me, which means you. So let's think about something, what I've always done. I'm going to show you a Lamborghini that cost $1 million, and here's the key. Very simple. If I pay for the Lamborghini and I guarantee it, my SSN, that's $6,800 a month, and I can't pay it, that means the creditor is going to take the car and repossess it, and they're going to go back to the creditor and convert that to the IRS 1099-C. So now I got a tax problem for something I lost, couldn't pay for, which would be kind of silly and stupid, right? If we buy the car to the corporation and I guarantee SSN, when the corporation's sued, they sue me anyway. Well, that's no way to play. I want to play to win. So what do? The Lamborghini was purchased through a division of a corporation. I did not guarantee as my SSN. I guaranteed it as an SS4. So 2 divisions work in conjunction. One division to get the asset, one to guarantee the asset. If something goes wrong, I can do what the Federal Trade Commission says I can do under the Federal Basically Protection Act. I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate like banks, grocery stores, and cities do, and I can bankrupt that, and I go back to the good pieces. And I go like this. I get another chance to try, as long as I have no intent to do fraud. When I sign a lease on a building, and I sign that lease as me and the corporation, we're both still ducks. If the lease of the building is a division, and I guarantee that the division of me, something gets screwed up, I protected the corp and I protected my family. Your biggest problem is you brought the pain home because you didn't know how to play. But I've been teaching and preaching for 45 years, so let's understand. All right, it's like the house, if you want the house too. Now, the next thing is how we receive money. When you receive money of the SS4, you pay tax when you're profitable, which means you can pay all the bills first. You can pay all the bills first, then pay tax on the leftover. That's called positioning and repackaging you. Next thing we got to think about is this. This is $1 million card. But again, I can ask for 9 sisters. Under the Fair Lending Act, every credit card can turn into 99 more cards. When I was a little kid and I started Helping Hand Industries, I got $100,000 credit cards in the mail. I've been collecting these. These aren't business cards. These are credit cards, lines of credit. All right. By the way, I have books and books of these, literally about $53 million worth. Okay. So the ultimate goal is have a backup for a backup. The next thing you have to think about is this. A division to get the asset, and are you going to guarantee our division of you? It's called a division of me. So you got to make a decision today. Now, what I'd like you to think about is a corporate umbrella. You watch banks and grocery stores do this in your face in cities, but the problem is you've been looking as a sheep and a duck. We're going to change that today. Now, if you have a corporation, I want you, and I'm requesting you to go to Google today, and I want you to search your corporation you have. I want you to go to SOS, Secretary of State, whatever state you're in, .gov, and find your corporation today. When you find your corporation, you're going to see the corporation, you're going to see you. That means I hope that scares the you-know-what out of you, because guess what? If they sue it, they're going to sue you. The next thing you got a problem is if you used your home address, I'm sorry, I'm going to call that stupid, because you should never use your home address for nothing. You should use a mailbox, etc. But again, that's up to you too. So as we do this, let's understand, I'd like to build a corporate umbrella for you into the $1 million, if you allow me to. I have 27 millionaire people have done that so far, and 27 billionaires so far too. So let's understand. All right, when I'm going to get something, if they sue the corp, they're going to sue you. That makes you become a duck. Do you like being a duck? Do you like getting stuck? I think it kind of sucks. Division of me, simple. It gives me my line of defense. So again, divisions are private. Nobody can see. It's like finding the needle in the haystack, and you protect your assets and you. But again, you got to have no intent to do fraud. As we play the game, let's keep in mind very simple today. Who's going to guarantee the house, the building, the franchise, and the goodies? SSN, SS4. You got to make a decision. So I'm always going to tell you to have 2 for every item you're trying to obtain. That way you don't guarantee from you. But understand, as long as you have no intent to do fraud, okay, if something goes wrong, you're not a duck. Corporate umbrella. And if we do this my way, listen carefully. Okay, just like I got David here, a $50,000 card yesterday, he can now multiply that per entity, and that's 1 card. Let's get in 10 cards. That means every entity can have $1 million to finance itself and write it all off. The problem with most people, they're stealing the money from the family, which is called silly and dumb. So if we do this my way, we're going to get up to $100,000 of cash credit cards per entity, up to $1 million. So there's $1 million to $10 million of credit. You're the only one who's going to tell me to slow down, because I'm going to push as fast as I can. The ultimate goal is to never bring the pain home. Now, here's the thing. Corporate credit is a write-off. These credit cards I can write off, these cards I cannot. So why would I use this to finance a business? That'd be kind of stupid. What do you think? So again, we have to use corporate credit because personal credit is not a write-off. Now, if we look at this picture here, we're going to see a $100 million building across the street from South Coast Plaza Mall, a $1 million Lamborghini, a $5 million mansion, and a $1 million race boat that I obtained. Got it? So if I can do it, so can you. But that's going to be up to you too. As you play the game, remember, I have to rebuild you And my goal is to get you the first 100,000. That's kind of a pain in the butt because I got to get you to listen and follow through. And some of you just don't hear me. Got to turn these up. Once I get you the 100,000 to the million, that's easy. That's the easiest part. So the bottom line is, how bad you want it. This is one of the three yachts in the backyard. Okay. So would you like one of these two? But again, all right, how bad do you want to become a corporate millionaire? Now you got one source, which is me, and I'm kind of weird. I tell it like it is, so forgive me if I say something and I say that's stupid. See, when you have to fight to get out of hell, eat out of a trash can and being used and abused, believe me, I was just lucky. Why? Because I write two different things simultaneously and have a conversation because both sides work, and I have total recall on those things, and I have an IQ of 203 at 14. See, I didn't go to high school. I went to college instead. That would have been a waste of my time if I did that. So let's understand. I like goodies. Do you like goodies? You don't want to see the Lamborghini collection or the Ferrari collection? Which one? Which building? You see, I make millionaire corporations. Would you like to have one? Let me know, because I can make you a millionaire corporation too. But it's up to you to follow through. You see, you gotta understand something. I'm going to add you to my credit system that I developed years ago when I trained Ken Yarbrough, TRW. They became Aspirian. Now, here's a $5 million mansion I obtained. You can obtain one too. That's just part of the collection. From there, I want to show you exactly how you can get the American dream. Next, I have to analyze your credit. Bottom line, I want to look at your Aspirian, your Chandra, and Equifax. See, here's the thing. You've screwed up some things, most of you. I got to show you exactly what you need to do on your side while I do the rest for you and rebuild you by looking at that Aspirian, Chandra, and Equifax. That's the ultimate goal. As we do this, now here's my schedule. In case you need a copy of it, you can take a picture, clickety click. I'm online 6 days a week. I have no excuse. Now that you met me, neither do you. I want to repackage your whole life. I've been doing this for 45 years. I'm the #1 consultant worldwide personal business credit. So you can go to class and not fall on your you know what, and you can learn to play the game while I rebuild you anyway. What's your goal? That's what you got to start with. The goal list, the activity list. See it, believe it, go get it. So my journey, not so easy. All right, I got born in a taxi on the way to Guardian Hospital. This little girl's 15 and a half in a billionaire family. All right, didn't want me. If I was a girl, she said in the note she left me, she would have kept me. Since I'm a boy and I got a wee-wee, the reality, she put me in the damn trash can and threw me away. From there, Mrs. Hope got to use and abuse me too. That kind of sucks. But you know what I did? I learned to read at 2.5 years old. I wanted out of hell. See, most people feel sorry for themselves. To me, it's see it, believe it, go get it. So if you want your journey to begin today, let me know. I'll put you in some programs, and all Saturday we got 10 classes. You can play with me all day, and I'll get to the millionaire status. You see, Mrs. Hope, so sweet. She dropped me off Redondo Beach Pier at 6:30 every morning. Very simple. When I was 3 years old to 9.5, she made sure she said one thing before she closed the door. If you're not here at 5 o'clock, I'm going to leave you there to die. She was a biah. Anyway, beside the point. You see, she stuck me in the garbage can and fed me that food. That sucked too. But I was lucky. While I was roaming the streets at 4 years old at the Baptist church, I walked by. Redondo Beach is still there in the big old park. You know, a lady handed me a book. I said, thank you, ma'am. I walked away. It was a Bible. I couldn't wait to rip it up, tear it apart, and just burn the damn thing. Hey, I'm 4 years old. I asked the question, why am I being used and abused? Where's my mommy? Where's my daddy? Why am I going through hell if there's a real God like you? I challenged God. Simple. What happened the next day? Ever since then, everything I touched turns to 100 million to a billion. Ever since. But he made me the example of all the things I get to go through. So I even went by that karate studio. For 3 days later, the man said, simple, you get your butt in there, clean the place. You don't get free lessons. Yes, sir. So I went in there too. Now here I got to live on this street in 181st Street. All right, got to go to Edison Elementary. I was real good. Miss Papelka in front of the whole school asked why I'm wearing the same pants for 3 months. Wasn't that nice for her to embarrass me in front of the whole school? And Miss Goodwin, she asked me how I did the math test, and I had to cheat. The test the results was in her desk. And it was locked. Well, I did it in my head. See, I had to pretend I was stupid because they were stupid. Right, and both hands talking at the same time, told me to pick one. Hell no. You see, I've been in 2 comas. My first coma, I was crippled at 5.5 years old. I rode that bicycle down to Lane Street in Torrance. You see, all the kids got bicycles. I got this weird brain. I can watch what you do in about 5 minutes, do better than you. So I'm basically, I looked and I said, can I borrow the bike? Can I try it too? I didn't have a bike. I said, yeah. I got on the bike. I made a mistake. I should have watched for 7 minutes. I didn't know where the brake was. 42 miles an hour, boom, my face. It's phony tooth, crippled for life. I'm laying on the couch when I woke up. The lady, she says, ring the bell if you gotta go pee-pee. Well, I rang the bell to go pee-pee. She never showed up. She's in the pool area having a friggin' cigarette. I rolled off that couch. I grabbed that ugly shag orange carpet, that shitty ugly color. I dragged myself to the pee-pee. On the way there, Jesus said, get up. I got up and it freaked them all out. Last coma, I died and got to come back and help you. You having fun yet? You see, I was supposed to go to work that day at TG&Y in Torrance. I stayed after work or school to do a little project. Luckily, I did because the man killed everybody. God's been saving my life since day one. Do you like goodies? I like goodies. Would you like big ones? There's a pool inside and outside too. Isn't that fun? There's one here too, and there's one here. See, I like the pool outside and inside. Isn't that fun? Now, the mansion in the harbor is fun too. So the bottom line is I like the largest U-Dock in Huntington Beach. You could play. And everything, I always try to put the Ray Reynolds University.com too. Because why? It's a marketing tool. Wow. You see, the biggest problem you might have is you have excuses. I don't have excuses. It's called pay tax or drive a Lamborghini. I bought my first Lamborghini at 14 and a half. What did you buy? I like the race boats and the yachts. I like the goodies. You like the goodies yet? It's going to be up to you to play. But again, I make millionaires almost every day. See, it's like anything else. I heard the other day white men can't jump. I don't understand that. In 1981, I broke the record for the fastest kick and the highest damn kick on the planet. I still hold the record to this day. I guess white men do jump, just stupid people say we don't. What do you think? And then from there, fly across the room. Whee! I kicked the door jam at 10. I used to kick the basketball hoop too. You see, I got no excuses, but now neither do you. I got 8 classes. You can play with me all day tomorrow if you want. I actually have 10, but 2 of them are private. You can't get into those yet. You're not $1 million yet. From there, I can be your coach for 90 days to a lifetime. You want to play? But here's the thing. You got to stop bringing the pain home. The lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. People aren't stupid. They just do stupid crap. You see, you're not stupid. You just need a good coach. I know the #1 coach for the last 33 years. By the way, it's me. Maybe you'll pay attention today. See, I'm God's truly example. You can play. See, I don't hear no. Do you hear no? I don't hear no. Only dummies hear no. Okay. From there, we can look at one thing: 1,000 steps to millionaire, and to be a certified CFO. You want some goodies? Let me know. I'm going to leave about $10 billion to the Ray Reynolds University. Family only gets $1 million less. That's what I taught Mr. Buffett years ago too. See, I've been teaching rich and famous people to be billionaires over the last 45 years too. You could play. Now, when I turned 26, I brought in $2.6 billion of corporate structure. No one wanted to play with me. Oh, well, all right, the reality is I want to do it for free. So they wouldn't play with me. So basically, my wife's been saying since then, this is my hobby. I haven't had a paycheck in 30 years. I don't seem to need one. You see, what I'm going to do today with you, I'm going to give you back 100% your money, or times 10 if you get in one of my programs. I want to take away your excuses. Is that okay? The ultimate goal. So let's play. Draw the diagram in front of you, please. These 4 boxes will save your ass. Yes. Here's a corporation. Here's divisions. Wow. You watch Bank of America now, they're up to 5,004 branches bankrupt and set up some more. Well, that's what they did. Their branch numbers, tax IDs. Oh, Chase Bank. All right, you got US Bank, you got Wells Fargo. Oh, we got Sam's Club too. We got Geico. We got Cities. So if you listen and learn and turn these up today, I can teach you not to bring the pain home, and I'll rebuild your life if you allow me to. But again, it's up to you. So you have to be a certified CFO. You have no choice. And on top of that, you got to reprogram your brain into millionaire status. So it's my blueprint that I designed when I was 9.5 and kept adding to it too. Wow. See it, believe it, go get it. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? So let's understand. We're going to look at a couple things right now. We the people. We're going to look at the 14th Amendment. It describes corporations, and then the U.S. court that says a corporation is a legal person. We're going to look at SSN, tax, and probate when we die. Then we're going to look at SS4. See, you don't pay tax until you're profitable. You're allowed to pay your bills first. Stupid, smart. Hey, let's do both. Why don't you write down irs.gov? Why don't you write it down? Why don't you write down 1244? You can actually file one tax return for both of them and almost never pay tax again. These dummies that say, oh, I don't pay tax, I don't file a tax return. You can actually play in the system and not pay tax. So why are you that stupid to think you can pay peekaboo with the IRS making a mess? I don't understand stupid. Do you understand stupid yet? You see, it's not easy. It's a pain in the ass at. But it's worth it. If you fall down, you pray, and you get up again and again and again and again. You see, the only one that matters is you. Because the bottom line is, on this planet, I haven't found anybody who gave a shit about me, besides my wife and my kids now. I didn't get a family as a kid. Kind of sucks. I did get to watch Father Knows Best. And basically, you know, little silly shows. Repackage you. Let me put you back together my way. Corporation doesn't do business. It manages divisions. What does that do for you? Simple. You stop bringing the pain home, because that's kind of silly and dumb. You put your ducks in a row. I repackage your life under a corporate umbrella. What a concept. You see, the reality is it's up to you. You've been trying your whole life to get you where you want to go. I can get you there in 3 to 6 months or less. You see, I'm the incorporator for rich and famous people, even presidents too. People coming out of prison and homeless too. What did you do? Simple. You sit around the kitchen table with your friends and family. We're going to start a business, honey. And what did you do? You jacked up your credit cards, you hogged your house, you brought the pain home, or you got stuck, you couldn't get any more, and you couldn't write out diddly squat. Now, is that silly or stupid? I think it's stupid. What do you think? You see, today, I'm going to repackage your life. If you like it or not, we'll have some fun. Stop bringing the pain home. Once you write down today's date, let's project 90 working days. See it, believe it, go get it. What a concept. Now, I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. I sold it at the Bonaventure, all 12 books and CDs for 32 years for $5,000 a set. It's a full blueprint to build $1 million corporation. It's very simple. From there today, all right, I'll show you how you can get the books and CDs. Now, real estate, all right, I got millions and billions in real estate, and I created Homestead Blocker, UCC One Chattel Mortgage. I've been inventing things since I was a little boy, just like I invented Car Finder. That was fun too. But you know what? I got a class this Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. You might want to attend that too. But you might want to see these in the books. How about Become the Bank? You see, when I was the largest registered agent in the world in 2009, before I got to die in that coma, guess what? I sold 10 times more than about, of course, anybody on this planet, even to this day. So if you spend $9.99 today, I'll sell you the books and CDs, or I'll give them to you for free. Is that okay with you? You get the full blueprint to basically repackage your life too. You see, you're starting a business. Understand something. Your friends and family probably going to knock you down. You know if they're going to catch you or you're going to fall off the cliff. So understand, running the business not easy to do. Now, what do I do every day for me? Ever since I was 2.5 years old, I had to get up before the bullies came up to me and they wanted to use and abuse me, and that sucked. So I get up at 2:25 every day automatically. Whee! Then I go to my knees. I thank Jesus for another day. Then I put myself in check. I always ask myself a question: have I completed everything I need to? Is there more to be done? You see, what happens with most of you, you ask your friends and family, and I'm sorry to say, they haven't got to million to billion, have they? And they cloud your direction. So here's July 4, 2009. Ultimate goal. I got my 3 yachts in the backyard. Ultimate goal. All right, helping people 6 days a week. My wife says, can we take people from the church and school to watch the fireworks? How many people, honey, will tell you which yacht? Oh, you want basically only 78 people? That's the small yacht. Okay, we got that. No problem at all. What are we going to do? After the fireworks, here I am the next day. 5:41, they called the time of death. I got to die. Well, that kind of sucks, ruins the whole day. Doesn't matter if you got millions and billions, you can still die. But you see, I was dead here at 5:41, but I was still somewhere else. And then I could hear what was going on there too. Really weird. I heard my tax attorney trick my wife to sign a POA, power of attorney. He stole my life while I'm laying there dead. The nurse came by and asked my wife if I was a donor. They're going to rip out my heart and take it away. Jesus gave me a choice to stay in peace or go back. And I said, go back that day because I can help you. Isn't that fun? You see, I've been God's example since day one. Now, understand, I moved 24 times the time I was 11 and a half years old. All those bullies, you had to basically learn to fight or run, and I'd rather die than run. Simple to do. Now, I've been shot twice by a gun. I've been knifed 6 times too. See, being God's example, all right, I can get through it, so can you. But you have to learn how to play. Is that okay today? So let's understand. I got a book coming out this year. It's called Jesus is Not a Drive-Through. Being a Christian's a way of life, not a moment in time. So again, you can get that too. But let's understand today. Let's show you some Lamborghini part of the collection. All right, let's show you the Duffy right in the backyard. How about one of the mansions? How about I broke the record as the highest kick, fast kick on the planet? Prove white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. How about some more Lamborghinis? How about a race boat in the backyard? Helicopter, U-Dock. How about some yachts and some Ferraris too? Is that okay? You see, I see these things on Tickety Talk, and I see these things on Google and YouTube, and all right, I even sent one on Tickety Talk. I zoomed the driver's license and the car and the license plate, and I found out he rented it for 2 hours. I'm so tired of the bull crap in this world. You got to see it, believe it, go get it, the real stuff. But again, that's Ray's rules. It's a blueprint. All right, I'm going to re-blueprint you. Can I do that for you, please? It's called See It, Believe It, Go Get It. All right, I got no excuses, neither do you. So credit repair, it's a fraud. Sorry, if you're paying that $100+ a month for one of these credit repair flakes, just go to Google and research the Federal Trade Commission. They'll tell you it's fraud. The ultimate goal, let's understand something. They don't have a magic wand. Why don't you write down section 611 today and search it, see what you can do for yourself. See, all the credit repair people are doing is writing stupid letters to the credit bureaus. All right, and that's no fun because that doesn't work. It brings your score down, not up. You see, here's the thing, and I'm always going to be blunt, so I don't pull punches, so don't be offended when I say you got to man up and woman up. See, you can't rip off your creditor. You see, those credit repair flaky companies do not take care of your debt. You got to negotiate that. So I'm going to say man up and woman up, be responsible, don't be a flake, don't rip off your creditor. If you do, you'll probably run out of gas, get a flat tire anyway. You see, you'll create your own karma too. So if you really want a 750, what we got to do is get you to open your brain. You have to negotiate any open collection account. You got to take all credit cards to 25, 29%, but 2, and you got to let me do a rapid refresh, which I invented literally 39 years ago with Harold Stokes and Ken Yarborough. Now you got a 750. That's all you got to do. So let's understand. Now you can sit there going beep, 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 all day long, or you can be a CFO for a corporation or division. Then you can go get the American dream. Is that okay? Now, by the way, that's called the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Okay, that's all you got to do. Here's your first 25 steps today. I like you to get your Credit Karma because it's free and give me the login so I can analyze you. They have no phone number to help you. My new dashboards hopefully will put them in last place. But then after I get that, I want to analyze you. Every Saturday at 1:30, I do analyzation education for the whole world. Anybody can show up to that class. It's free. I'll show you exactly what needs to be done to your score and what you need to do in your part, and I'll do the rest for you too. But again, I got to look at those 3 credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. If you allow me to do my job, I can get you the 750 score. Now, I need you to pull out your Social Security card. See, here's your biggest problem. I want you to pull out the card that I don't believe you've ever read front and back anyway. Okay, and I'll prove that over again and again. So here's the application for Social Security card. It's right there. Now, Mama got your SSN for you if Nick's already took the gold standard out. If not, then you did it yourself between 14 and 16. The people who got credit cards in the 70s and 80s did not use their SSN. Unfortunately, a bunch of dummies started to do that and people follow like sheep. Let's dissect the form. It says, number one, name to be shown on card, full name of birth other than above, and other names used. Do you understand that? So you get an SSN for one reason, to create a 1040 tax return so they can charge you tax until you're dead in probate too. Now, when we look at this, understand when you look at your card for the first time, it's been in your personal wallet for 30 years plus. Won't you read it this time? It'll say, do not laminate, don't carry with you. And it'll say, don't use for ID purposes. But you do it all the time, don't you? And then on top of that, it says, property of such administration, not you. That's the IRS, by the way. So we've got an SSN to create a 1040 tax return. Now you're going to learn some things you should have known all along anyway. When you got your first paycheck a long time ago, guess what? You thought that company ripped you off because you got less than you thought you were going to do. You planned on paying some bills. Where's my money? Pretty simple. All right, till someone pointed out that they get their cut, you get the leftover. See, the IRS gets paid before you do, and you did all the work. That's what it's supposed to be. But that makes us sheep and ducks. If we would have took the time like I did to understand not only the 14th Amendment, but the Supreme Court ruling too, we'd know a corporation's a legal person. So let's understand, we the people or corporation legal person. So why don't we do both of those? Why don't we listen and learn so we don't have to bring the pain home ever again, all right, and find out what you did wrong anyway. So here we go, irs.gov, 1244. It's called a single filing and S corporation. You almost pay no tax ever again. So you should learn to play. You get one SSN, and 9 out of 10 people screw that up every day. Corporation gets a tax ID. Then they screw that up because the corporation gets sued. They sue you. What am I supposed to do? What do the banks and grocery stores in the cities do? They have branch numbers. Isn't that fun with tax IDs? So if we do it my way, let's understand something today. We're going to set up division process. Is that okay? I want you to pay attention, and I want you to understand something today. Divisions are more private, and it gives you more chances to try. And as long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. That's just my opinion too. So as we play the game today, let's understand. Become a certified CFO. That's what I want you to do. Is that okay? So as we play, I got to rebuild you now. So that way you can be a CFO for the corporation and divisions, and you learn to play. And if you have a corporation already, I'll build the one you got too. Now at the same time, I want you to understand an SS4. See, you could actually be double CFOs at the same time if you want to be, and you got to choose wisely. Putting your ducks in a row under the corporate umbrella. What a concept that would be. Doing it my way. I like my way. What about you? You see, there's that form again, the application for Social Security card. There's that line 1, SSN equals 1040 tax return. In the corner, it says SS5. That's IRS. Let's compare it to an SS4. Is that okay with you? Let's look at line 1 again, legal name of entity, corporation, division, subsidiary, like the banks and grocery stores, or individual person. So if you play the game the right way with no intent to do fraud, you could actually give yourself a second chance starting today and quit bringing the pain home and become a certified CFO. Is that okay? Now let's look at this form. We're going to dissect it some more. We're going to understand it says reason to apply. Do you see that in front of you? That says banking and credit purposes. Do you understand that? You see, the only form on planet Earth and the United States of America Incorporated that allows one per entity is the SS4. Now, I was looking there when I got that Helping Hand Industries, 100,000 in the mail. That famous attorney named Ted looked at it and I go, there's 26 ways to use it. Now I was 9.5. Then I looked at Ted Turner and I said, guess what? And he goes, what? Show me. Amazing. See, you got 4 things a corporation should do, and that's it. Buffer tax, no taxes due till we're profitable, and we get corporate credit. We can write off the interest and the credit card, a car at fully priced, and get the free buffet at the hotel. From there, the divisions should do up to 7 things in the beginning, and then 89 ways to play too. Line of defense, they're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports, real estate is flippity-dippity-do, and separate liability. So let's understand something. Again, write this down. You can't take a picture, and you cannot record. If you do, I'll sue you for $500,000 too. I got enough ding-dongs out there trying to copy what I do. All right, so the reality is divisions give you the line of defense. The ultimate goal is very simple. That's a corporate umbrella. Debt follows tax ID, which I get to build as an affiliate credit reports for you. How much would you like? Let me know. Now, I'll give you a statement of guarantee every day. I'll guarantee 100%. As long as you're part of the program and you do what I ask you to do, I'm going to tell you what to do. So sorry, you have to just follow through. And if you do that, I'll guarantee everything I say I do. Here's the problem. When you go online, you'll see 74 reviews on me. You'll see 9 oh, did I say shitheads? Yes, 4 are not even clients because they work for another company trying to put me down, and 5 are clients that kept screwing up. And this is the same thing I told them I'm going to tell you. If I add history to you, corporate division, all right, we're not here to play push me, pull me, and go, ah. I paid for the first rapid refresh for the client. I always have. So the reality is very simple. If you jack up a card, you apply during the program, you're going to pay the next rapid. If not, I'm going to close your case. You see, you got to own your own stupidity. You told, and I got you to sign, you agreed not to apply and jack up cards. When you do, I'll charge you a fee, do another rapid rescore, or I'll close your case, period. See, you got to realize you got a collection account, negotiate that. You can't screw your creditor out of money. It's not the way it works. All right, negotiate an open collection account. Past can chase future. Now, you got an IRS problem, simple to deal with too. They have a form called 656 of 433A and B. You see, there's a solution for everything you're trying to do. I want to do a rapid refresh for you. I invented rapid refresh and rapid scoring 39 years ago with Harold Stokes and Ken Yarborough. Very simple to understand. When we do this at 750 is waiting for you, all you got to do is be part of the program, go to class, not fall on your, and from there, let me repackage you. Is that okay? So remember the 3 things you need to do, 3-step. It's called the KISS method. It's all you got to do to get to 750. Now here's the 750 waiting for you. I'm going to analyze your credit first. I'm going to rebuild your credit reports. I'm going to do a rapid refresh. Got it? What I'm going to do also, you're going to go to class on Saturday up to 90 days, as many times as you can. Next, our target is 750. I'm going to get you a $1,000 cash credit card because I'm going to charge you $9.99. I want you to reimburse yourself. Is that okay with you? From there, during this broadcast, only during the broadcast with me, I will discount that half price to $4.99. And then the card I get you is only $500. The goal is to reimburse you. Scan, pay a fee, or Zelle because it's free. That's all you got to do. Simple. And if you need the Zelle, take a picture. Click. Ray Reynolds recipient, that's me, ray@racecredit.com. And always put RW in your Zelle. I want your Zelle for it too, please. Now, if you refer people, I will build more credit for you, or I'll Zelle you back 10% as long as they pay in full. That's how it works. But when you refer people, you got to tell me now when you do it, not 10 years later, 5 months later. Oh, I referred that person. Doesn't count then. So now I need you to do your part. Can you pay attention? Can you write down 888-567-8688? Here's the problem. You watch the news and they talk about the robocalls and all the crap. The problem is they should tell you what you did to yourself so you created in the first place. You're a voter. Fantastic. The voting list is sold 412 times a year, resold. And you use your home address. That's called dumb. You use it because you got a corporate, you have a cable bill. Why don't you opt out for 5 years? All right, and that's all you do is call the number, opt out for 5 years, and let's slow it down. Now, the next thing I need you to do is pay attention. I want you to plan the problem. You see, what you did is you allowed your friend and family member, one of them, to rip you off and knock you down. The other thing is you spent thousands of crap that didn't work. Remember, safety credit, sticky in the card, 25% utilization only to 29%. From there, never past 29%. Set up your line of defense. That's all you got to do. Now you look at all the dashboards, and guess what you get to see? What I designed years ago too. 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. Wow, isn't that fun? Now the next thing you're gonna say is, Ray, I got an emergency. Then I'm gonna say, knock off the crap, because what you've been doing is basically doing this. Stop it. All cards use the 29% rule, period. period, but 2. So you got to make sure you get these 2 cards for emergency, because you can max them out $1 million friggin' dollars and they never make your score go up and down again. And they even have a paid overtime limit too. It is your platinum and your gold cards. So no excuses. You can maintain an 800 score the rest of your life too. And then you don't have to hear the word no. But it's up to you to pay attention. You lose your job, have an emergency, what do? Simple. Everybody does the same silly thing. They run out of time, they run out of money, and they can't wait to go jack up their cards and screw it up. Isn't that what you did? You see, the reality is like you. Today, I need $5,000 now. Go ask your friends and family at the bank. They say, no, when you need it, you don't need it, here's some more. Did you know the average person wastes $50 every other day? If I max out this card and my hands were $5,000, the payment was $50 a month. So a safety credit card is using some common sense. Next, they say you waste $140 a week. If that's true, that's $600 a month. If I take $50,000 off of these cards, Wells Fargo, line of credit, $100,000 each, and I take $50,000 off, the payment is $612.26. So I could do it during a pandemic. I can buy 2 pizza restaurants or the damn drive-through during the pandemic, since they stay open during pandemics, using some common sense. Reaching your goal, all right, believe in yourself. Me, I believe in God, and I believe in me. I kick the door jam at 10, then the basketball hoop 2. It just proves you can achieve your goal, and white men do jump, and stupid people say we don't. Ultimate goal is up to you. Nixon took the gold standard out. Most of you didn't pay attention to that too. I need you to write down Ray's rules today. 2 cards up to $100,000. 2 cards, 29% rule. What does it do? Leave you $71,000 of safety. When you use your personal credit to start a business, I'm sorry, a couple of dollars, yes, but anything above that is called stupid. You jacked it up, you got stuck, you couldn't get any more, and you couldn't write out diddly squat. Now, is that smart or stupid? Be honest with yourself. When we use corporate credit, because we build it from the corporation and divisions, we're allowed to use that money to finance the business and write it all off. When we win, we usually absorb the taxation. When we lose, we just bank up a damn division and we go get another one too. See, you need to learn how to be cake and eat it too. Bottom line, that's Ray's rule, step number 7 today. Please stop bringing the pain home. You never had to in the first place. Ultimate goal, there I am dead in that coma. Why don't you Google the address and find out I'm telling you the truth? You see, I've been in 2 comas so far. The devil's trying to hold us down and knock us down, but God's delays aren't God's denials. So we got to understand how to go get the goodies we want to get too. Now I got to introduce you to chapter 18. Now here's what happens. I want you to read this. Come on. It says, and I'll circle it for you. A corporation's a legal person. You see that? It may sue or be sued. Huh. I heard that when I was 7.5 years old. And basically I wrote it down. They told me it was weird. All right, bottom line is I wrote it down. It was weird. Next day I went to the library next to the Torrance Police Department. I wrote my little bicycle. I went and said, ma'am, what does this mean? She was rude to me. She didn't talk to me. She walked away. She came back and said, here's a mark for the book. Okay. I read the book. Then I got pissed off to myself, said, there's got to be a way. There's got to be something. So I went back for 2 years. I created a blueprint, sent away my money order to the Secretary of State of California for helping hand industries. And guess what? The lack of knowledge is what makes people do stupid things. Yeah, we're not stupid. I got $100,000 of credit in the mail. I got named in the movie Dave. You see, corporations, divisions, they're entitled to credit reports and cash credit now. Ultimate goal, but that's up to you to learn to play. From there, I built credit for my cat. When I was at the Bonaventure 2, Egg Magazine came to interview me, and I said, use plastic to finance your business. I would like you today to get out your magic wand. I'd like you to have 9 divisions, please, but that's up to you. You see, we get to play under the corporate umbrella. So what does this mean for me and you? Under every tax ID, I'm entitled to set up credit reports, Experian, Trangio, and Equifax. So you got to have me do your tax ID, and then I can get you cash credit cards. And then from there, I'll line you up to get some checkbook money. Is that okay? I like checkbook money too. Now here's what happens. You say $1 million, I'll say 9 divisions. You say $5 million, I'll say 44, 41. That's all it takes. See, there's only 10 great credit cards. We have to multiply these per entity. So if I get you a gold card, unlimited up to $1 million, my next question, would you like 9 sisters? And then from there, we can have $1 million to $10 million of credit. That's just on one card. And we can put pieces of property, franchise in each location. And what happens if one screws up, I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate, as long as I have no intent to do fraud. And then I can get rid of that piece and bankrupt it, keep the other pieces and go get another one too. Your banks and grocery stores do this in your face every day. Shouldn't you learn to play? But that's up to you. We get to learn to play today. So I invented division process in 85, 86. So let's play. If I loan you some money, basically the corporation gets credit and I build you up and away, can you loan out the money, please? Why not? Page 6 in my book 45 years ago says cash flow for your time. I own the rights to that, by the way. So if I get you some corporate cash credit and you loan it out, you can create a cash flow, replace your paycheck, or basically enhance it. It's up to you. You can loan money under C191C and D. It says loan 8 times, by the way. So if you want $190,000 a month, up to that too, it's 41 divisions. It's in Buckets of Money book I wrote for you too. You could play, making you a money-making machine. Is that okay? So I like the goodies, don't you? But again, how many goodies should you like to see? How about you really want it to be the corporate millionaire? Again, corporation, division, subsidiary, and even you using tax ID. Remember, tax ID builds cash reports. So we can play today a division of you. Who guarantees the building? Who guarantees the car and the house? Is it in the division of you or division of the corporation versus the corp and you? Again, you have to learn to play. Again, I'd like you to Google your own corporation today. I like you to see your name on it. And I'm hoping it kind of makes you, a little nervous there. You see, if you have no intent to do fraud, and you do it my way under the corporate umbrella, when a corporation is sued, you don't become a duck. But that's up to you. Divisions give you the line of defense. And they're more privately, they're not in your face. Here's the thing that happens on a division. Do the paperwork, the tax ID, add 2,000 of history to establish the credit reports. The office sells it for $1,000 each, $3,000 for 3. During this webinar, only building the corporate umbrella and credit reports for you, I will do them for $500 each, 3 for $1,500. As an extra bonus, today you get 4, 2 of you and 2 for the asset too. Scan, pay a fee, or use Zelle, $1,500 that will do for you. Here's the Zelle information again. As we play, the goal should be, let's get you $1 million of credit cards. Why don't we think about lining you up for $5 million of checkbook money? That, I believe, should be your goal, but that's up to you. As you structure this, then we want 100,000 to $1 million, or you have supply and vendor credit, don't pay for 90 days. Up to that with a 70% discount too. That way I can help you build your Dun & Bradstreet as well. As we play, here's checkbook money. The banks give you unsecured business line of credit up to 150 as long as you have a 2-year corporation. Is that okay? Has to be 2 years old. So if you get one this year, you have to wait till next year, or I have some in stock for you too. And you can get up to $5.4 million of cash credit if you want to. That is called checkbook money. The office, they charge $9.99 for every one of these corps. Filed last year is 1 nonprofit, and I believe there's 7 profit corporations left. But again, if you want one of them and you sell $299 during this webinar, it's yours. When you call and say, well, Ray offered this, the answer is no. You didn't do it here, now I got to pay somebody a commission. All right, you get the discount if it's now. If not, you pay the normal fee. It's very simple. That's why it's called Zelle, now. As we play, don't forget, all right, during my 10 classes on Saturday, I have a specialty class in rotation. Tomorrow, it's real estate. All right, Homestead Blocker, UCC1 is what I created too, for millions and billions of real estate. You could play, but that's up to you. We charge $9.99, all right, for 90 days worth of specialty classes, or $499 each class. If you want to be in tomorrow's class for real estate, Zelle $499. Now here's the thing again, no more excuse in this crap, because the goal would be Let's get you gold and platinum cards so you never have to bring the score down ever again. They don't fluctuate your score ever. You can charge up to $1 million and they have a pay to time limit too. No excuse. Every cash application requires a certified CFO. If you want me to build one up for you, I will charge you $999 per card. And I'll build it up in a way to make sure you get one of those too. But again, that's up to you as you structure that. There's a Zelle RW when you Zelle. You see, the problem with most people, probably you took your personal credit to start a business and jacked it up, got stuck, couldn't write out dilly squat, and couldn't get any more. Which, again, I think that's stupid, but again, don't take it personally. When we use corporate credit, borrow money is not taxable. When we win, we absorb the taxation. If we lose, then we would bankrupt a division, not the corporate our family. Why don't people just learn to play? When you do retire, your bills never go away. This is your cake and eat it too. Ray's rules again, up to you too. Give you a check for $1 million today, you'd probably put it in your personal bank account. Sorry, I think that's stupid. You only get to keep $375. I would have told you to put it in the corporation because you don't pay tax till you pay off all your bills first, and you pay tax on the leftover. No leftover, no tax seems to be the solution. What do you think? Look at the United States of America Incorporated. They pick 50 corporations called states. States pick corporations called cities. They invented a Chapter 9 bankruptcy into the Federal Protection Act so they don't bring the pain home like you. You can play the same game too if you want to. But again, you got to pay attention today. Now I want you to Google bankruptcy later today. The next time, see, life is a roller coaster of favor, good and bad. So the next time blankets a fan, is it SSN in your family and you, or is it a corp division subsidiary? Plan the problem. Step number 10. Next, we get to understand, if you want, let me add you to my credit system. You get a mansion like that too, worth $5 million, and then I can build you up to $1 million. But you got to go to class, not fall on your why, and you got to pay attention and play by the rules. Is that okay? Not hard to do. So if you got a corporation before you met me, and you paid an attorney, CPA, and corporate service, you spent thousands for a piece of paper that's actually free, and you didn't learn diddly squat, I'm sorry, that's called silly and dumb. All corporations are free in all 50 states. You pay a little filing fee. California is even wiping out the fee till June of this year. Again, you don't have to be a sheep and a duck. Now let's show you the beginning, and this is a starter package for beginners. The average person, they say, wastes $1,000 a month on crap, and you'll probably agree on that too. Why don't we rebuild your credit, rapid score, articles also as tax ID if you don't have it. If you do, lose what you got. If not, I'll hand it to you for free. I'll put you in a setup class with me live, setup in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for 90 days. National average for a corporation is about $3,000 for a piece of paper, which I don't understand. This says $19.99 and $5,000 of credit back to you, 2.5 times your money back. During this broadcast, I will discount that to $999. That's right. You scan, you pay a fee, or use Zelle. I'm giving you $5,000 of credit back to you, 5 times your money back. Okay, I'm taking away your excuses too. The ultimate goal, use Zelle, then it's free. From there, $1 million in the making. You see 5,000, you get 25,000 of credit. No problem. What are we going to do? Give you 5 times your money back. During the broadcast, I'm going to cut that in half again. $24.99. You pay a fee and you scan or use Zelle because it's free. Now you're getting 10 times your investment back. 10 times your investment. What excuse you got now? All right? There's no excuse unless you're just lazy. I'm doing the work for you no matter what you say or do. So the bottom line is I expedite this one for you as well. Beat your doubt, run your race, get out of my way while I repackage you. It's that simple. As we play, let's understand. I like the goodies, getting past go. The mansions in the harbor, God's gift. All right, the race boats and the yachts, say the Ray Reynolds University.com. The helicopters, the U-Docks, and the Lamborghinis too. Now I want you to change your driver's license today. Reorder using P.O. Box, mail, and address. More privacy, please. From there, the next thing I want you to look at the car you drive today. I'm sorry. You let them sweat you for 5 hours, treating you like a duck and a sheep. You did it, not me. and you lost $5,000. You got 9 inquiries. You see, when you gave them that piece of paper to run your credit, you should have wrote down last one inquiry and took a picture. Well, you did to buy that car? Wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. But again, that's up to you, because I think that was silly. Let's do it my way. It's called Fleet Price Tax ID Division. From there, doesn't show up on personal reports. I don't need gap insurance. It's a corporate car. I'm becoming a certified CFO. And if I lose a house and a car, guess what happens? That creditor does, takes it back to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now I got a tax problem. Your problem is you didn't plan the problem. Now, if you get into bumpity bump, let's remember, we now have 54 bloodsucker attorneys on TV. We have basically every billboard. And when you watch social media, they interrupt you. Were you in an accident? Were you a passenger? Were you in the backseat? Were you in the trunk of the car? Would you like this $160,000 check? Isn't that encouraging? Bumpity bumps. So if the registered owner is a division of a corporation and they sue, they get diddly squat. Once you plan the problem from now on and learn how to play, well, that's up to you today. We play, look at this Lamborghini. All right, the registered owner is the division. Oh, here's another one too. You like it? Boom, boom. Oh, well, here's the keys. I like company cars, don't you? So if they sue, they get diddly squat. See, every property you ever obtain should be very simple today. It should be in a division of a corporation. Because if it's in a division and someone slips and falls, the division's the duck, not you. But then that's up to you to play. Your paycheck, all right, should be offset by your house payment. Amazon didn't pay any tax on that first 10 billion to trillion. Why would they pay tax? They know how to play. There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. He bought Twitter within 24 hours using a line of credit. He's got a spaceship too. Wow. So the other two guys have spaceships as well. You see, you got a choice today. You could join the club and you can win the battle too if you pay attention. Is that okay? Well, that's up to you too. As we play, like Carl here, Carl brings his line of credit above what he brings into the billions. So what happens? He never pays state or federal tax. Debt offsets taxes. Oh, here's Walt Disney. You heard of Mickey before? How about Goofy? How about Mickey? How about Donald? Wow! They're going to deduct taxes. They have $1 billion in the bank. They're supposed to pay tax. Instead, they wrote an IOU right there. It's in Newsweek. You can check it out too. And they didn't pay any tax on the billion. Borrowed money is not taxable. Leveraging money to more money. So if you need to be assigned a specialist, you haven't got one yet, it's 800-510-3338. From there, run your life through a corporation or in conjunction. That's what I would say to do. And I'd also say pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. Your paycheck, taxable income. You get the leftover, you pay the car payment, the gas, registration, insurance. I'd yell no right now and start driving a company car like I do. Why don't you? Why don't you go to irs.gov? Get an SS4 form today. Find out it says really banking and credit purposes. You see, it's public record, irs.gov. Download the SS4 form. All you got to learn to do is understand I'm telling you the truth. It'll set you free. You never had to be a duck, by the way. But that's up to you. As we play, Nixon took the gold standard out, and every woman had to sign an SSN for the baby now. Ever since he did that, too. Baby goes in the stroller. Car scene goes home. Oh, goody. Now, here's what happens. Everything to me is rules and tools. So let's understand. When you buy a house, it's escrow, closed, homestead, trust. You have a house not in a trust? Stupid. They sue you. They take it away. You die, get stuck in a probate. Your family got diddly squat. You fix up a property? Oh, my goodness. What happens? You hire the contractor that hires a subcontractor that's down outside Home Depot. Good workers. When they slip and fall, and they sue you and take everything you got. But if you did it my way, they're going to get diddly squat. Why not? Why don't you look at irrevocable trust? But, you know, you're a grown-up. Do what you want to do. Step 19, 6 more to go. I get people every day, I don't want to pay tax rate. All the stupid people who don't pay tax or tax returns, if you played through the S corporation, you can do exactly what you want to do, and the IRS won't want to kill you. But again, I always tell people, knock off the crap. You can't play peekaboo with the IRS. What Wesley Snipes tried, he went to prison, paid $5 million in a fine. So let's not be Wesley Snipes. So if you did this, why don't you go to irs.gov, download a form called 656-433A and B. Get your butt back in the system where it belongs. But again, that's step 20 today. Next, I want you to learn to be an OPM. I want you to get up to 70% off, and I want you to have to pay a bill in 90 days. Is that okay? Now, if you fix up a property, do it my way, and you have up to 200,000 left over, what I want you to do, don't piss it away and act like you're broke the next day. I'd like you to leverage that, raise rules up to 15 million. Leverage money, borrow money is not taxable, create the line of defense. By the way, this is step 21. It's called blackjack. You win again. Wow. You see, understand something today. This is my office. First time in my life, I was really proud of myself. I'm on top of the world with millions and billions, but I got to die in a coma and come back and be what? Homeless again? What am I going to do? Simple. It's only 22,000 square feet, 3 states, doing up to $1 million a day. So what did I do? Did I go home and go boo like most of you? No. I got out my cards. You see, I built another $1 million in 6 weeks. All right. So it's my blueprint. See it, believe it, go get it. I pulled out my closet divisions, which you all should have. And we get another life, and you don't fall in your want. But again, it's up to you. That's step 22 today. 1,000 steps to millionaire. Learn to be the certified CFO. Remember, a corporation and divisions entitled to cash credit. Would you like some? Corporate umbrella? Get you the tax ID? Let me build a credit report for you? How much would you like? Every tax ID is entitled to experience, training, Equifax. You let yourself be a duck. Let's stop that today, please. You say $1 million, I'll say 9 divisions. You say 5 million, I'll say 41. We can go get the goal and the dream if you want to. Who's going to guarantee the car? SSN, SS4 is in the corp name or the division name, building, house, receive money, and daisy chain credit. You got a choice today. See a division. The office charges $1,000 each. I discounted to $500 each, and today the extra bonus you get 4 for the price of 3. You Zelle, it's free, or you scan, it pays a little fee. There you go. RW and use Zelle, please. What are you willing to lose? I didn't get a family as a kid. It sucked. Okay, I have no idea, no way to even relate to any of that. Wife and kids, yeah, 9 grandkids, no problem. But I'm not going to bring the pain home like you. Sorry. Corporation gets sued, they sue you? No. So what happens is very simple today, division process. So let's think about something today. If we play chess, we both lose pieces. If we do it my way, we both get checkmate. That is step 23. Is that okay with you? If we play, give me referrals. I'll build you more credit, or I'll sell you back 10%, but they have to pay in full. And they have to say it at the time they purchase, not a day or a week later. Bottom line is like anything else today. Reaching the dream, think to be the impossible. I've done it all my life, training people to be certified CFOs and making them millionaires under the corporation and structure too. Would you like to be a CFO? It's up to you. See, I like the goodies, but I make millionaire corporations all the time. Would you like to be next? Let me know. Making you a money-making machine. So here we got to understand, if you want a credit line, cash credit, we charge 10%. Because we use my history to add it to you in your corp divisions. So 100,000 is usually 10,000. Today, during this broadcast only, you can get a $50,000 line of credit added to a package for $1,500, 100,000 for 25 if it's Zelled during the broadcast only. But again, Zelle is simple. I'm the recipient, Ray Reynolds, and it's an email address, not a phone number. It is ray@raisecredit.com. In the message in Zelle, you put what you Zelle for, and you write down RW. That's all you got to do. So understand, if you let me add you to my credit system, very simple. I like to show you exactly how to get the American dream. I like to analyze your credit right away and tell you exactly what needs to be done. Every Saturday, there's a class at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time, analyzation education too. Never have joint credit, it's just in the way. Buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. Corporation, I don't understand people when they spend thousands for a piece of paper. It's like, are they that stupid? They're free in all 50 states. I don't get it. They didn't learn anything. They learned diddly squat. Corporation needs divisions for real estate, franchise, current business, and line of defense. I give, under Ray's rules, credit to the corporation as a bonus so you can refinance the business, go get the American dream, and take away your excuses. because that's all I hear from people is excuses. That's step 24, by the way. Your ultimate goal is simple. 750, that's all you want me to do. We'll analyze you right away. We'll rebuild the credit, wrap a rescore. You'll go to class on Saturday to learn how to play the game and not screw it up. Our target is a 750 score. We will charge you $9.99, give you a 1,000 card back to you. During the broadcast, I discount half price at $4.99, and I give you a $500 card. That way you get reimbursed. If you scan, you pay a little fee. If you Zelle, it's free. It's very, very simple. I'm your coach for 90 days. If you want the corporate starter package, rebuild the credit rapid score, articles, oscillus, tax ID, simple. Level 1 and setup every Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, live with me. Now, I'm discounting it to $9.99 today during this broadcast. So this gives you $5,000 of credit back to you, 5 times your investment. No more excuses. Scan, pay a fee, or use Zelle because Zelles are free. Basically, that discount is during the broadcast only. From there, remain in the making, no hard to do, $5,000 or $25,000 of bonus cash credit. Discounted to $24.99 today. Scan, pay a fee, or use Zelle because it's free. Now you get 10 times your investment back to you, and you have no excuses unless you're lazy and don't want to go get the American dream. This one is always expedited too. RW and use Zelle, and right now we use Zelle for it. See, the goal would be a corporation, divisions. Why? Your banks and grocery stores do this in your face, so do your cities. Your goal should be always to stop bringing the pain home. Become a certified CFO and reprogram your brain into millionaire status. Looking beyond that curtain, stay safe, stay strong, do your best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. So at the end of the day, Zelle, 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 now, if you want those discounts. If not, you kind of blew it. From there, if you need a specialist, it's 800-510-3338. We'll sign you one of those too. The ultimate goal is up to you. So today, your ability is do one thing. All right, stay safe, stay strong. Just do our best while God does the rest. Amen to that too. And we never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all.